Hey there, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. So, I was actually I've been up a little bit and I actually got up to do conscious coffee earlier and then went back to bed. I decided to go back to bed because it was 6:30 in the morning, and I went and I got up and I made coffee, and then I just decided I'm not doing this. I need to go back to bed for a little bit. So I came back to bed and um, slept a little bit, but ended up having a good conversation after that about life and about how we program things and how we get things, just set in a certain way in our life, and how it starts really with us being children and with our parenting. I was having a parenting conversation actually about the differences and one of my kids a few weeks ago, my 19-year-old son, he came into the house and he had shared with me, he's like, Mom, I don't know how you did it, but kudos to you, because all of us are very much ourselves. We're all, just individuals and nobody's looking for themselves. Nobody's looking for themselves. That is true. We tend to look for ourselves, right? At least that's what I hear. I've never looked for myself. I've never felt like I needed to look for myself. So I don't fully understand, and I'm prefacing this whole thing with this right here, is that I don't fully understand the concept of looking for self when we are who we are and we just are where we are at any given time. So I think that we're constantly uncovering ourselves, not really looking for ourselves. In that statement of looking for yourself, in that statement of knowing exactly who you are and allowing yourself to be an individual, and just really embracing, embodying self, that is very on point to the topic of this morning's conscious coffee. So this morning's conscious coffee is, are you ready to receive? And this has been coming up a lot for me, and I've actually been seeing my personal sticking points to receiving. And it's funny, I keep uncovering my sticking points to receiving, and I go, oh, there it is. And the universe, God, has a way of just sending me people that get in my face and say, you are scared to receive. You are scared to receive. And I go, oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I want it. I want it. I want it. And yet, when I step back and I look at the situation and I look at what is being offered to me, well, fuck, I really am scared to receive. And I think that that's the case for everybody in different areas of our life. We all tend to hold back, and we hold back ourselves from the world. We hold back ourselves from experience, from letting ourselves be felt, letting ourselves be seen, from our raw state. And part of the reason I do conscious coffee in the fashion that I do it, like my hair is a freaking train wreck. I forgot to wash my eyeliner off last night, so my eyeliner is messed up and all that stuff. But the reason interesting, again, somebody, all right, pushed the wrong button here, denying. The reason I do conscious coffee the way I do is because I feel that there's a true importance to being seen in a very raw state, that we do not allow ourselves to be seen in a raw state, and therefore we're constantly hiding. And then what do? We end up looking for ourselves. We end up looking for ourselves because we're hiding. Hey, good morning, Addison. Morning, Steve. Morning, Jeff. Joanne. Morning. So as if you can step into that space of embodiment and really and opening up to self, and really tapping into who you are and getting right with your yeses and your nos. I just realized that I have my ponytail holder on my arm and it's bugging the crap out of me. There, that's so much better. It is getting into that place of embodiment, that core state where you can open up to receiving. Now, are you ready to receive? Well, this is just going to come back to, and I've been discussing this off and on Conscious Coffee for probably the last 2 weeks, and that is emotions. And, it's the big E word. the thing that none of us, that we've been trained to disregard, that we've been told is not important. We don't want to be overly emotional. We don't want to emotionalize things at any deep level. Just take it with a grain of salt. This too shall pass. And that is true. This too shall pass. Everything passes. Everything has a moment. Everything comes and goes and moves in and out of our life. But your emotions are not about emotionalizing it to attach to something, to get wrapped up, caught up in it and go, oh my gosh, my heart's broken over this, or I'm really upset about this, or oh, I'm ecstatic about that. But to recognize that the feelings that you're having, the emotions that you're having are trying to tell you if you're in receiving mode or not. Are you in alignment to where your soul wants you to be, to where God wants you to be, or not? If you are feeling, downtrodden, if you are feeling overwhelmed, like I talked about yesterday, overwhelmed, if you are feeling any of this stuff, good morning, Paul, if you're feeling anxiety, frustration, anger, fear, those things are telling you that you're not in alignment to soul, okay? And it's not universal soul. It's not Bob's soul. It's not Jenny's soul. It's not this, Tim's soul. It's your soul, your core being, who you are outside of the physical body, outside of the thoughts that you're thinking, outside of what society tells you should be, what your family tells you should be, what any of that is. Outside of that, who you truly are. When you are out of alignment, your emotional state is going to tell you. And that emotional state is just telling you, hey, you're not in alignment to who you really are. That's why it feels like shit to do certain things. Like when you really try to push through, or you act in a certain way, and maybe you do something hurtful to somebody because you're just trying to push them away. So you go, no, I'm supposed to be mad at this person, so I'm going to be mad at this person. But it feels like crap to you to be mad at that person, or to do something to make take an action that just is not in alignment to self. Well, when you step out of alignment to self, when you have that negative charged feeling, that low vibe feeling, guess what? You're not in receiving mode. Receiving mode is a space of joy, and I think that joy is a really great word for it. It is a space of joy. It is a space of peace, of turn on, enthusiasm, excitement. You get passionate about it. It is, you should be turned on to your alignment. Feels like you are connecting with the most ideal lover and most ideal situation that you possibly can, because you are connecting at that level. It is this perfect alignment to self, and you are 100% on your path when you feel that way. You're right there. You are so locked in on your path. And it is, in those moments that you're truly open to receiving. That's the moments that all the little coincidences, synchronicities start to happen. You're like, oh my gosh, the world seems so magical in those moments. Just like when you're really connected well with somebody, and you just have these moments where you're just lost in love, right? You're lost in love. Well, when we're lost in love, there's lots of magical moments that happen from being lost in that love, from being in that alignment to love and with somebody else. Well, take everybody else out of the picture, right? Take everybody else out of the picture and just step down to yourself. You can feel that way with the self, and you can feel that way consistently as long as you're in alignment. That's just feeling really fucking amazing. I have a course called Feel Good Now, and that course is all based on getting into alignment. It's about the reality that when we don't feel good, then we can't really have much manifest for us. So the happier you are, the more joyous. And I'm not talking fake happy here. I'm not talking fake it till you make it happy. No. Not fake it till you make it. Sure, you can put a smile on your face, but if you got bullshit going off in your head, then guess what? You're not in alignment. No fake smile, no fake laugh, no fake bubbly, happy-go-lucky, easygoing person. All that shit, that masking that we do, if it's not real, if it's really just a mask, then it's going to come off. And guess what? Your life picture is going to tell exactly if it's real or not. Because when we fake it, our outside world lets us know that we're faking it big time, right, guys? I mean, it is that happy person. You go, how can that person be going through all that stuff that they're going through? And why is their world falling apart? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Now, granted, there is, how do you handle situations? Because we all have shit that happens, right? How do you handle the situation? I'm talking about, like, you that person that you see, and no matter how much, thank you, Addison, she just posted the Feel Good Now class for me. But if you see a person and they are, you know, bubbly, outgoing, they appear to be turned on, they appear to be doing all this different stuff, and you know, like, everything in their words, in the way they're acting, you would think that they're vibing high. You would think that they're vibing high. But then you get them on a personal note and they're like, oh man, I'm broke. You know, I've got this disease that just came up. My body hurts. I haven't been sleeping forever. I got crappy relationships with my kids. I feel unloved. I feel this. I feel all this stuff. And actually underneath all that facade, there's all this downtrodden shit going on, this chaos, this trauma. Well, that's the real world them. That is why things are showing up in their life, why things are not quite matching. Because they're not in alignment to self. That person's not in alignment to self. Therefore, they're acting out of ego. They're acting out of need. They're acting out of greed, out of pride, out of all these different things. It's all fake, fake, fake. And what shows up? Chaos, chaos, chaos. Trouble, drama, one story after the next, okay? And it is, you just watch them spiral down, right? And at some point, they break and they go crumbling and crashing. And then it is truly about how quickly you can bounce back out of those situations, because that shit happens to all of us. We all spiral down. We all have those low moments. What I'm talking about is recognizing when you're in a moment. Because when you're in one of those spiral downs, if you want to crash, sometimes we have to crash, right? Sometimes we have to crash. Sometimes we have to feel that pain. We have to then be able to get down there on the bottom of our well, dust off, stand up, and go, okay, I'm getting out of this. I'm bouncing out of this. And those are beautiful moments of growth, of transformation, of really accepting responsibility for where you're at. You don't have to get there all the time. If you do not have to get there all the time, you can actually catch yourself mid-fall, okay? Unlike Alice in Wonderland falling all the way down the rabbit hole and making it all the way, having to land at the bottom, you can actually grab a hold of something and carry yourself back up as you're falling down that rabbit hole. And it comes very, very easily. Well, I shouldn't say easily. It's very simple. It's not easy, okay? It's simple. It's not easy. So, coffee. Coffee is the answer. No, not really, but it might be. It might be the answer. If you want to carry yourself back up as you're falling down, you've fallen out of receiving mode, you've fallen out of alignment to self. How do you jump on that magic carpet that's floating around on your way down this rabbit hole of negativity? How do you find that magic carpet and carry yourself back up? How do you get back into alignment? Consciousness. There you go. That's all you can do, right? Is consciousness. It is becoming aware that you are falling, becoming aware that you have stepped off your alignment path, becoming aware that you, not outside sources, but you are the culprit, the creator of what is coming at you. And that ownership sucks. That ownership sucks. And yet it is a beautiful, beautiful gift, because in that you can find your power again. And guess what that is? That's finding yourself, right? So you get lost on your path. You feel lost in yourself. You don't know who you are. You don't know why things are happening the way they are. Why does this always happen to me? Why is this going on? Why am I repeating this cycle? Why do I keep pulling the same kind of people into my life? Why do the same events keep happening with different people at different times? I thought I was through this. I thought I was through this. I thought I was through this, right? Yeah, you through it if you deal with it right. And that means become aware of what you are doing to create the scenario, to create the situation. Take responsibility for it. People aren't doing it to you. The universe is not doing this to you. God doesn't have it out for you. None of that is true. None of it. You're not paying the price. It's not karmic debt happening in that moment. None of that shit. This is really just what is taking place on the inside of you as to your thoughts, creating your emotions, and your emotions going, hey Houston, you're either in alignment or you're out of alignment. Pay attention to what those are. Are you in alignment or are you out of alignment? I feel like shit, I must be out of alignment. I feel fatigued, I feel tired, I feel like somebody's trying to call me right now. All right, delete it. Somebody in Maine. If you're calling me from Maine and you're on this conscious coffee, don't call me. Not right now, at least. So if you feel like shit and you're, and that is just that sign of you're not in alignment to yourself. You are doing something out of turn for what your soul wants you to do. You are better than that, you could say, right? So it's self-parenting. You could look at it like that it's self-parenting. It is that, I love you, but you're better than these actions. And that's what your soul is saying to you in those moments. I love you, but you're better than these actions. You're more than this. You're so much bigger than this. You have so much more power, so much more love, so much more to give than this small thing that you are doing, this thing that says, I need to be right. I need to make sure that I'm heard. I need to make sure that I'm understood. I need to make sure that, that everything is fair. That's a Librian complex, right? Where we get into the whole thought process of, it was somebody calling me from Maine I just got a text message that's now, Sunday must answer the phone. No, sorry, don't answer the phones on Sunday. But if you're in that thought process and you're like, I need to be understood, I need to be felt, I need to be seen, I need this, I need that, that's all ego-based thinking. That all will get you out of alignment. It's all going to tell you, hey, you're not where you need to be. And that's your soul that's going, I love you, but you're better than this. You're better than your actions. You're better than what you think you need right now, because that's all like 5-year-old needs. 5-year-old things there. Stop acting immature, because your soul is so much more mature than what you realize. When somebody goes, oh, I'm going to pray about this, and then they make an ego-based action. No, that's not in soul alignment. That's not what God wants. God wants forward movement, wants to action, to move forward. Let the past be the past and allow yourself to move forward, and move forward in a feeling good presence, okay? And that's really what it is. It's a feel-good presence that needs to take place. So when you are in alignment, that feels like I said, it feels like you are dancing with the most amazing lover that you can imagine. You're totally into it. You feel great. It feels phenomenal. You're turned on. You're excited. You're open. You're flowing. You're connective. You're smiling. You're radiating. You're just there. You are in love. And in love is not to fall into love, but it is to be elevated by love, okay? We're not falling, we're not crashing, we're elevating. We're bringing our vibration up, because that's what love does. Love brings our vibration up. It does not decrease our vibration. It brings it up. Love being one of the most strong emotions that you can experience, next to gratitude. Those two are the key. That's where you always need to kind of come back to. You want to know if you're in alignment or not? Are you feeling in love? Are you feeling in gratitude to things? The more you can stand in the middle of your messy life and be in love with it and be in gratitude for it, the more in alignment you are to things that are going to make you feel good. Okay, because here's what here's what God hears. When you say, I don't want that, it just hears what you're not wanting, and is going to provide more of that, because you're so focused on the problem. Okay, focus on the solution. What is the solution? The solution is that you want to feel good. We do everything that we do because we want to feel good, because we want to be happy. Yet we're trying to get to it in a reverse fashion. Okay, so you're driving your car backwards, but you're trying to get over there, but you're going backwards. Well, that's the longest way to get there. You will get there maybe someday if you go all the way around the world in this great big circle. Yeah, you may get there, but you might die before that ever happens. At least you're not going to be in this physical body when it happens, right? So get there by just getting into alignment. Get there by getting into alignment, increasing your vibration up, get into that feel-good zone, make love to your life, stand in gratitude for your life, even when the shit is happening. You know, everybody's life gets messy. Everybody's life gets crazy and chaotic, and stuff happens, and we get rejected, and things happen, and we get told no, we get our hearts broken, we get physically hurt, mentally hurt, emotionally hurt. All this stuff happens. People die, people move out of our life, you know, name it. This shit happens. Can you be grateful for the shit that's happened in your life? And I do bring this up. Holiday season, I see so many people struggling. You know, there is so much chaos and pain and suffering. And I think that it just gets highlighted at this time of the year because everybody's so focused on that they should be happy. Everything should be, you know, merry and joyous. Everything should be holly and jolly, right? The Christmas tunes are going, and this is happening and that's happening. It really is this whole thing of like, you're supposed to be blessed and happy and joyous and giving and blah blah blah. And I just see disaster after disaster after disaster happening, and it's consistent. That is the holiday season, right? There's more suicides during the holiday season. There's more breakups, more divorces during the holiday season. There's a lot of pain and suffering that happens during the holiday season. It's because the pressure is so strong on us, the overwhelm, the reality of, I don't want another year to go on the way the last year, the last 5 years, the last 10 years has been, and all of a sudden this stuff happens. Also, we're so focused on trying to create this scenario of perfection, of joy, of happiness, when we haven't dealt with our own internal world. So we're doing it from a state of out of alignment, a state of need, instead of a state of just being. And if you want something to happen, if you want to get into receiving mode and truly be in receiving mode, the step to getting into that, the biggest step, is to be at peace with right where you're at. Right where you're at. You've got to be in peace with exactly where you're at, happy with what you have. Say, I feel good now. I love my life right now. I'm so happy with my life right now. And you might go, hey, Kendall, but you're the one who always preaches about big dreams, fuck yes, life, doing this, having this desire, be desire-based, be desire-based. Yes, that desire needs to be to feel good now. The desire needs to be happy right now. If you can be happy right now, then God is going to keep giving you things in the next moment and the next moment and the next moment to keep you happy right now. Because guess what? 5 minutes from now doesn't ever exist. Tomorrow will never come. Next year, it's not going to, it's not going to manifest like oh, I can move myself over there. No, we are moving through it moment by moment by moment. And all you ever have, all any of us ever has, is this right here. This right here. This moment. That's it. That's all that we ever have. There is no other moment. None. So, are you happy in this moment? Or are you not happy in this moment? That is your choice. You can look around and you can go, man, my life is full of shit. I'm going to feel bad about it. Or you can find something to be fucking grateful for. You can be grateful for the fact that right now you are awake. Right now you have the opportunity to take back your own personal power, which means to get into alignment with self. Get into alignment with self and find love within self. Really, truly. I mean, that is the key right there, is that gratitude and love. Being in love with self, being in love with your life, moving forward in that, being very, very present in the moment. Have the goals for your future, have the goals for that, but also realize that those future goals will only happen if you're creating the feeling for them right now and today. So, are you in alignment? How do you feel? That's the answer. You want to know where you're vibing at? How do you feel? Is it low grade? My kids are yelling for me. Is it low grade? Low grade vibration, low grade feelings? The angry, upset, depressed, fatigued, anxiety, any of that? Or are you up here a little bit higher? Are you in the land of boredom, in the land of maybe peace or just like meh feeling, now you're like there, you're right at the middle of that, you know, the tipping point. You're on the fence. In those feelings, you're on the fence. Pick which side of the fence you want to be on. You can go down or you can go up. Which way are you going? On your teeter-totter of emotion, where are you tipping? Okay? And if you are up above that, if you are in the land of joy, if you're in the land of gratitude, if you're in the land of excitement, passion, okay? If you feel that, or really truly, if you really truly are in love with your life, hold that spot. And when you feel yourself step out of that spot, get back to it as quickly as possible. How do you do that? Presence. Own your shit. Own it. It's yours. You want to catch that flying carpet? Well, become present to the fact that you are falling. Be present to the fact that you are falling and wake the fuck up on the way down the rabbit hole so that you can actually see that rug, because that magic carpet, it is floating around you at all times. It's just one thought away, but you've got to become conscious that you're falling so that you can actually create the thought, the conscious thought, to get the rug and carry yourself back up. Create that thought, pay attention to the feelings, pay attention to some gratitude. Create that habit. It's nothing more than a muscle. It's just a muscle. Build the muscle. It'll get easier and easier and easier. It's extremely simple. Not so easy on the front side. Can have its difficult points no matter how far you are along on this path of understanding. But that's all it really is. That is, I mean, like those, can't help it. I think that that's probably some of the best things that you can do in your life. Just become responsible for your thoughts, become present in your moment of awareness, realize that this is the only moment that you're ever going to have, and the moment just keeps going, okay? So be very, very conscious of that, and focus in on love and on gratitude and on joy. Those three things, love, gratitude, joy, they're the only things that matter. When you step out of that, you're out of alignment. Plain and simple. Get back to those through presence and being responsible for what is going on in here. Stop pointing the fingers outward. Stop. World doesn't, nobody's doing anything to you. Just take that on right there. Okay? Take responsibility for your life and everything can definitely be so much better. Okay, guys, let me see what you've got. A whole bunch of people on here. Morning, everybody. Morning. Morning, Patrick. Morning, Angie. Chad. Goodness, bunch of people. I saw a whole bunch of stuff like flopping up here. Okay. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for the support, guys. Gratitude for Conscious Coffee. Thank you, Addison. Thank you for posting that, Addison. So she posted my Feel Good Now course, and it's an online course. It's available to anybody in the world, and it has massive amount of content. And I'm not going to make this a sales pitch about the Feel Good Now course, though. I don't want to do that, but I'm just saying, click on it. It really is. It's a powerful course that just really will help you get into alignment and recognize how you can get responsibility in your feelings, in your emotions, and bring yourself back to exactly that alignment state. It's all the stuff that I've learned through the last 25 years of really focusing in on law of attraction, on the power of our emotions, the, emotional intelligence stuff is in there, the law of attraction stuff, all of that, but really broken down, not from a woo-woo perspective, but into a how do I deal with this like in real world way, right? Just very raw and very real world aspects. I see. What else? I'm not doing Conscious Coffee tomorrow morning. I will be doing Conscious Coffee on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Actually, I think that tomorrow might be the only day that I'm not doing it. And then I think I'm on like probably a 12-day run, 11 or 12-day run of Conscious Coffee. So yeah, you're probably going to get sick of me. You're going to get sick of me sitting here in my rawness, my realness every morning with you. But there you have it. So tomorrow I am off on Conscious Coffee, and then I am running crazy with it from there on out. So hope that you catch me. I would love to, I actually would like to open up because I've got a whole bunch of people that have been watching Conscious Coffee. So if you guys want to make a suggestion as to different things that you would like for me to talk about, I am very spontaneous on Conscious Coffee. Like everybody knows, I do these where I'm making my coffee, and that's the thought that comes in, the message that comes into me is what I come and I talk on. So there's no planning to conscious coffee. It is just a spontaneous on the spot thing. There is no nothing, you know, there's no script. I get asked all the time, did you script anything? No, don't script. I don't script much in my life outside of the things that I really want to have happen, right? But then I script them in this is what I want, and then I let it go. Script it, let it go. Put it out there, let it go. And conscious coffee is kind of the same thing. What do I want? I want to create something that is meaningful to you guys, something that can help you move into alignment, help you get a good start to your day, and talk about consciousness, because that's where it all is at. Everything wraps around our consciousness. With that said, I am trying to build up some good content. I want to definitely bring you guys something that you want. So if you have something that you want me to talk about, you can throw it out there. Feel free to either post it underneath this video. You can private message me. You can email me. You can text me. You can do however you want, whatever your point of contact with me is. If there is a topic that is fitting to conscious content, then definitely, you know, as long as it's on point, then I will happily address it in a conscious coffee over this month. And that would be very, very helpful to me as well, just to have a list of running ideas. So help me brainstorm some different ideas, and let's see what comes up together. As always, stop existing, start living. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com, and I will catch you on Tuesday morning. Bye, guys.